Welcome to 100 Hours, 100 Stars, and the star this hour is none other than the legendary musician, Mr. Malik. Thank you for accepting my invitation. Welcome to 100 Stars, 100 Hours.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me over. Thank you so much.
You know, this is a non-stop tribute to the COVID warriors. In fact, this could be certified in the record books for the largest or the biggest non-stop tribute to COVID warriors or the largest digital carnival ever. So
Wow.
again, I am honored to have you on the show. And for those who are watching, I would sincerely request you to kindly donate to the PM Cares Fund to deal with the current COVID pandemic or for future emergencies. You can either use the QR code that's flashing below the screen or use the link or just donate the way I did, which is through Paytm. Mr. Malik, a lot of your songs make sense in the lockdown as well. Unchi hai building.
Oh, it does actually. Left is closed, absolutely. Yes. But before I go ahead, oh my God, you remember all the songs.
Of course, how can we not? Grew up singing songs.
But Prithvi, I have to first take this opportunity to thank you for having me over. But more than that, I really have to tell everybody out there, please, I keep on reading these reports of people harming doctors. Don't do that. They are the guys who are saving our lives. They risk their lives to save our lives. Congratulations and a lot of pranams and respects to, salutations to doctors, nurses, support staff, even the guys at the kirana shops who really supply you your day-to-day needs, from rice to wheat to whatnot, and the police personnel out there who are risking their lives to save our lives. I salute all of you guys.
Super, Mr. Anu. Thank you very, very much.
And before you go ahead, please donate to the PM Cares Fund. It's amazing that whatever you can donate, it's important that, the thought is very important. You do it, it helps save a life.
Thank you. Now, next few minutes, Mr. Anu Malik, I would like to know the other side of Anu Malik, the musician. We know that side, the other side. I would like to begin by asking you, what are some of the things that you found in your house that you never expected during this lockdown, since you're all locked down?
Well, it's amazing because when you're in your house, you tend to explore. Normally, you take your house as, you are in your bedroom, or you sit in your lounge or your hall, and you get up you come back from work, you chill a bit, go to your bedroom, relax, and then you go back to work again. But it's this time when every nook and corner has come forward to talk to you. For example, right now I'm sitting in my lounge where I made this recent song, which has gone really viral, Happy Randika. We'll talk about it later on.
Yes, I am going to talk about it.
So, sitting here, I found that I hadn't opened the drawers to find out what books I bought years back to read. So I started reading those books. Can you beat that? I have started understand. Those books. Sometimes you go on a shopping trip, or you're out of the country, and you buy a certain book you like.
Yes.
And then I was on Kindle, and then suddenly those real paperback editions were not touched by me. I've started reading them, and guess what? I'm actually reading a paperback edition of the history of India.
Wow.
And I tell you, Prithvi, it's amazing what a great country we live in. What a great country. I mean, you don't need a book to find that out, but the fact is that I consider myself blessed to be born here, like you and like so many others. Right from my young age, I've been making songs praising our great beloved India, Bharat. East or West, India is the best. और संदेश से आते हैं और सीमाएं बुलाएं तुझे चल रही और मेरा मुल्क मेरा देश मेरा ये वतन और तो चलूं और कसम लिए हमने कसम न तोड़ेंगे. And now while reading this book, reading about the different states of India and the people of India, oh my God, the festivals of India, the temples of India, it's amazing. What a country. What a country. Magical.
I read this WhatsApp message that was doing the rounds. It spoke to me of exactly what you said. During this lockdown, if you don't come out enriched with more knowledge or come out being more fit or come out learning a new skill, then your excuse cannot be time. What you lack is discipline.
You're right. Very well said. Because whoever said this, because
Yeah.
it's you have to really use your time. Somebody keeps on asking me. There are many journalists or friends who give me a call and say, "How have you made so much music?" So to understand the real me, I've just told them I've never ever misused time. I've understood the fact that this talent has given to me my Saraswati Ma, and the amount of 400 films. People don't know the real me, but today in the lockdown, I've tried to analyze myself, and I just found out that throughout all my life, age 9 or 10, when I started working, I've just been working. I've just been creating music. Today also, I've been making so many songs and melodies that are coming to me. It's a blessing, and I'm not wasting that. You know what I've written? Amazing. What I've done is I've recorded those songs in my voice notes, and I've written "Lockdown Day 1, Tune Number 1." Lockdown
Wow.
day 2, tune number 2. Lockdown day
Wow.
3, tune number 3. And then sometimes lockdown day 5, tune number 9. So I've suddenly come out with 4 tunes. You know.
Oh, fantastic.
So
Awesome.
that's been happening in my life, and I feel that's the way I've been using my time. And my wife leaves me alone, and she understands. He's working. After the initial prayers in the morning, after my bath and my breakfast, I'm back to work, and I have to understand that it's called accepting the situation you are in. Once you accept where you are, it
Yeah.
becomes all the more easier. I know it's very, very tough for a lot of other people. We should consider ourselves blessed. But there are people who live in such small houses for 5 people or 6 people to live in a one-room kitchen and stay indoors. I salute them also. And as Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji said, that every Indian is not only brave but is also very, very strong.
Yes, and compared to other countries, we are doing so much better in handling the
Absolutely.
situation. Yeah, fantastic
Absolutely.
job. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, what's the first thing Anu Malik would like to do after the end of this lockdown?
Oh, please now, don't. I mean, there are so many things I would love to do.
First
But I
thing,
know, honestly, the first thing is because I'm working on a certain film at this point of time. The first thing I really want to do, and I'm dying, yearning to get back into my studio with my musicians and start jamming with them. I miss them. I mean, we do jam. I did the song
Online.
online. Actually, I understood the wonders of technology
Yeah.
when I had to make a song. Because when I was looking at the people out there, it's all locked up in the houses like me, we all are. So I said, if I'm feeling so depressed, and sometimes depression does strike. Sometimes you really feel a little,
Yes.
it gets to you every morning if you get up doing the same routine again and again and again. It
Yeah.
gets to you. So I said, if I'm feeling that, all these guys must be feeling that. So let's make them happy and let's motivate them. So I made this song. But I said, how would I make a song? I mean, I don't have a piano right here. I'm a harmonium, luckily. And I had to create this. So I just started creating in my head a thought that came into me. I rang up my lyricist, and I'll tell you the whole story later on.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to come to that. Okay, you just brought about good days and bad days, right? We all have a good days and bad days. I would like to know, how do you particularly, Mr. Anu Malik, handle the bad days? When you say you're feeling a little low, a little depressed, how do you deal with it? What do you do?
You've asked a beautiful question. We all have a bad days. We all get depressed.
Yeah.
And we all tend to get, we can even be a little in a snappy mood, or when you want to snap at others, But the only way out of this, and I think being a musician, it's a blessing. We get lost in our own worlds. You ask any musician this. The moment I feel I'm in a bad mood, or I'm about to suddenly get a little upset for no rhyme or reason, I start humming a tune, I start creating something, and I also go and tell my wife, okay, what's cooking? So she says, come, I'll take a peek into the kitchen. I'll try to enliven the proceedings by cracking a joke, or trying to laugh, because I sometimes laugh at myself also. I'll create a joke and I say, okay, this guy spoke about me like that. Somebody tried to sing some people imitate the way I sing. So I start laughing. It's good to laugh at yourself also at times.
That's a difficult quality, Mr. Anu Malik, what you've just said. It's not very easy for people to laugh at themselves. It is something you need to be trained. It needs a certain amount of effort. People are not comfortable doing that.
No, Prithvi, I think, if the joke's on me, the joke's on me. The more you laugh, the better it is. The more you laugh, no one is going to be personal. No one hates you.
I fully agree with you. Yes.
you got to, I don't know how you choose your life, but I choose this. If people laughing at me, I'm not going to take it personally. I say, okay, he's laughing. If it makes you, him or her happy by
Yeah.
even laughing at me or even being a little mean, no problems. Because at the end of the day, if you're happy doing what you're doing. And if you keep on smiling, that very thing becomes a fun moment. And
Absolutely.
it doesn't become a poisonous moment. And I like to spread love. I like to spread love, talk. People have also laughed at me and said, "Oh, look at this guy." I said, "Yeah, but I like to make people laugh and happy because I believe if you can, the best thing you can do in life is to make someone forget his problems, her problems, through your music, through your words, through like if someone laughs at you, you
Through
laugh
being the
back.
person you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and people love it, and that's the way you should live your life because this is the way I've learned to live my life, and I don't get upset. I don't even hate it. You won't believe this, but I don't have a small mean bone in my body of hating anybody. I've never hated anybody. I wonder. There's a line which I believe that when you don't have time to love, how can you have time to hate?
Super. Well said. I fully identify with you.
And this is
I
not.
lived
This is
like
just,
that too myself.
Yeah, Prithvi,
I was,
let people be happy.
yeah.
Keep on smiling, and I know it's very difficult. Sometimes it gets to you, but you have to keep on smiling and understand that there are people out there with major problems. There are people out there who you can't hear and who can't talk to you. The only way they can be happy is when there was this lady who met me many years back when I'd come out with that film Bazigar,
Yeah.
and which you were mentioning, Kali Kali Aankhein.
Hmm.
And she said, Mr. Malik, you don't know me. I said, no, ma'am. I love your music of Bazigar. I said, thank you. But there's something else I want to say. I said, what? When I heard your music, before that, I was in a very bad state and I wanted to commit suicide. But your music made me live. Now,
Wow.
I think that's the best award or compliment you can ever get.
Totally. Totally.
So
Absolutely.
I learned that there are people out there with so much problems. It's not that you are the only one with problems. Keep on laughing, keep on smiling, and wish good for everybody in the world. It will come back to you.
You have stolen my line. This is my everyday prayer, Mr. Malik. And also,
Wow.
you spoke about laughing at yourself. For the longest time
Yeah,
of my
yeah.
life, my true companion has been sense of humor. I've read this somewhere
Wow.
that why if you just have a little sense of humor, it will actually break the real problem to its desired proportions.
Very well said.
You
It
can
does. It
discount.
does.
Yeah, fantastic. That's been my companion as well. Okay, now I want to ask you this. During the lockdown, there were so many trends. By any chance, did you try something called the dalgona coffee or banana bread? Did you succumb to any of the trends? No.
No, I did. But thanks to, here Anmol comes in, my eldest daughter. She made us this Dalgona coffee, and
Oh, she did.
I was wondering about the taste, but then she really made me, and I loved it. I love the banana bread. In fact, there are things that she has done. She's made bread at home for me. Can you beat that? My wife is the one who's a fabulous cook, but Anmol
Awesome.
made bread for me. And I said, wow, she baked a bread, then she baked a cake. She made me this Dalgona coffee. So a lot of
Wow.
things she's done. But
Awesome.
I'm the one who's been doing, I've been making hot cups of chai for them because they keep on singing. Yeah, like Anmol comes to me and say, hey, garam chai ki pyale ho.
Yeah.
And the way she does this, koyos kapalane wale ho. I said, Anmol, what are you doing? She's copying me, and then I laugh at myself. I mean, she's giving me a hint. Okay, Dad, now it's time for you to make tea. And Ada will, then my younger one will come in and say, okay, she'll chip in with, she's a fashion designer, but she keeps on singing. Koyos kapalane wale. She's also in key, but very soft. So I said, okay, these
And
girls are saying, get us a morning cup of tea, and I'll do that.
in fact, your video, right, which I'll come to in a little later. Happy,
Yeah.
happy Reneka. Please don't worry. That your song starts with you whistling and making a cup of chai in the kitchen. We'll come to that. Okay, now I want you to answer this. 3 things that you have realized working from home, or you're learning in this
Uh, you
lockdown.
know,
3 things.
I think
For example,
the more.
I have learned since I'm managing my entire house, if I wash the plate the moment I finish using it, it doesn't pile up in the kitchen.
I learned something
After
very
that.
amazing. I learned something very amazing, which I'm going to share with you guys. Okay. Um, I've learned one thing, Prithvi. Hello?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm listening to you.
I've learned one thing that, the most important thing in life when you get up is to make your own bed.
Oh, good one.
You know what? It gives you a purpose in life. I
Yes.
never used to do that. But you may be anything. You may be the army, you may be the navy, you may be a corporate honcho, you may be a CEO. But when you get up in the morning, or you may be a musician like me.
I do that
But
too.
when I get up now, I've learned that. Normally it was, the the maid will come in, she'll make the
Yes.
bed. And I've taken life for granted. This lockdown has really woken us, all of us up, I know it's a very, very painful lockdown because it's a disease out there that needs to go away. It's a sickness that needs to go away. But so when I get up in the morning, I look forward to making my own bed. It's tough with those blankets and all. The first day was tough, and today I don't even remember going. Unless I have made the bed, only then I can have my tea. You know what I'm saying? So
Of
I made.
course.
So the one thing I've learned is to make my bed, which is amazing. And my wife is wondering, "Oh my, you made it so well." I said, "Thank you." And then I'll pick up the broom and I'll clean the floor. The rugs are pretty heavy, so I clean the
Awesome.
rugs. I clean the rugs, and there'll be time. And now I have started watering the plants, which is also amazing. I wait to water the plants, and they call out to me. The plants call out to me. It's, "Hey, we're thirsty. Come here." So I go there. I plant. I water the plants. I clean the floors. I I love it. I just love doing that, and I feel my wife has done that for so long. It's my time to do that.
Fantastic. As you rightly said, waking up in the morning and doing your bed is that's what, I mean, your
Gives you
discipline starts from that.
right. It gives you a purpose in life.
Super.
Folding my clothes. I start folding my
Yes.
clothes. I keep it in my
Yep.
cupboard, wardrobe, and then now every hour I'm doing something or the other. I mean, I can be alone with myself, and I'm pretty cool, very, very comfortable.
Fantastic. Okay. If you had to do a musical collaboration from home, who would be the artists that you would call home?
I mean, there would be international artists. Um, I must say that uh, I don't know why, but I just love Adele's voice. You
Okay.
know,
Oh,
and I would love
yeah.
to make a song which she would sing. She's got such a soulful voice,
Yes.
and luckily I have a singer at home, Anmol. So we have been collaborating. In fact, I make tunes that say, "Now do this, now do that." So that's amazing. And there are such brilliant artists today in India with such great singers. All of them, you asking a very, you're telling me who I want to collaborate with everyone and start my music just right now,
Super.
and hum my tunes to them and say, "Okay, yeah, this is the tune, sing it and give it back to me with the words."
Super. Okay, I want to ask you this. What was your ambition before you actually started your journey as a musician or music director? And the two parts question. And what is your ambition now?
Okay, ambition before was, everyone knows about. I've always said that I wanted to be into the police force. I love the police. I had two friends who later on did come into the police force. I have finished my MA with my wife, Anju. I did Master of Arts from Mumbai University, Kalina. And then I did apply till music. I got a film. But to cut the whole story short, I still respect the police force. And I would have loved to be in the police force.
Okay.
Other than that, what I would want to do now is nothing more than music. I'll tell you something honestly. It's music that has made me what I am. In fact, you may
Sure.
laugh at this. You may laugh at this, or you may wonder what's Anu Malik talking. But I feel I've just become a composer. When Momo Ki Dhage was recorded 3 years back, and it got 3 national awards,
Yes.
my wife was the first one when I got the song home, and I said, "This is the song I've made for Aditya Chopra's film, Sharad Katariya's. What do you think of it?" She said, "Looks like a new composer is born." Well, that was a huge compliment.
Of course. Yes.
So I think I want to just be doing more and a lot of music. A lot of music is coming into me again, and I just want to give that to the world, and make them happy.
Okay, interesting that you brought that. What do you think has changed in the music now to the music then? Let's say 5, 10 years ago, because you have seen all transitions.
Yeah, in a way, yes. Because as a kid, I grew up hearing Shankar Jayesh
Exactly.
and R.D. Burman. Well, when I came into the late 80s, all these greats were working. Lakshmikant Pyarelal, R.D. Burman,
Yes.
uh, all the greats. And then when I entered the 90 phase, we all of us composers worked very hard to give you the 90s era, which is called the great musical era.
Correct. How do you keep it relevant?
But what I believe in is I embrace technology. I embrace something new. For example, I feel that composers today, any composer, is doing a brilliant job. Now, this is my personal opinion, okay? I feel every young composer is fantastic. Every young singer that has come in is fantastic. And I learn from them. I'm not the one who lives on the, Prithvi, by saying that Hamara zamana tha, हमने ये किया, हमने वो किया. So I went on an app to find out my real age. My daughter was telling me, Dad, there's a game. Let's find out your real age. Guess what they found out? It's through 31.
It's a heart.
I'm not more than 31 even now. So I think like that. I want to learn. So I learn from youngsters. I learn, and I want one more thing. When I make a song, I want the youngsters to embrace my music and say, "Hey, this guy's still working." And hey, this guy's tune is good. When Momo Ki Dhage came out, so many young composers, so many leading composers of today, rang me up and said, "You know what? We can't believe this has come out from you. Please give us this music." For me, that's huge. For all the composers who are actually doing brilliant work now, they ring me up and they tell me that.
Super. Okay, I want to ask you this before I come to your quarantine song. Last but one question. Anuji, when you get up in the morning, what is that one thing that actually keeps you going? What do you look forward to on a daily basis?
Well, that's a hard one to crack because I believe that I do pray a lot, and I do feel that I look forward to peace in the world, and that keeps me going. I keep on praying.
I fully understand that.
I really pray for peace. I pray for happiness for every fellow human being. And I always say, God, keep me the way you are. Not any malice, not any jealousy, not any anger should ever cloud my vision. And I look forward to making a lot of music in the morning. I started composing my best time is to compose between 2:30 and 5. And I keep on composing at that time. No, in the morning, afternoon.
Oh, okay.
I like the sun. I like a lot of light in the house, And between 2:30 and 5 is my most favorite time. I prefer that. And as the evening comes, I tend to then chill out more with the family. But I always love to get up every morning and say, I must come out with that one great number that will really take away the suffering of the person once he or she hears that song. I mean, that's my thought. I've always had the people in mind. I've always had my country in mind. I've always had India in mind. I don't know. It's strange. I consider India my family,
Fantastic. Do you exercise, Malik?
Yeah, I do. It's been a bit tough now because, in this lockdown, we can't go to your gym. And especially so I'm doing a lot of, so I'm doing a lot of hand exercises and, trying to eat less, but that's a bit difficult because I must confess I love food.
Okay.
And
because
my wife keeps on experimenting and I said, now give me this and give me that. But today I've come down to, very simple food. Nowadays I'm more onto simple dal chawal and somehow because of the pain outside the world, I'll be honest with you, I don't feel so hungry. You know what I'm saying? When you keep on seeing the news and you find out there's mayhem outside, you do get scared and you also start praying for everybody. So, that kind of happiness to create for food or hunger for food is a bit difficult, to be very honest with you. So I first pray for every soul on Mother Earth to be happy.
Now I want to end this on a very happy note. Your happy song is super. I saw the video actually this today. Happy, don't worry. Now, When did this happen? How long did it take for you to come out with this tune and to record and to produce, record? How many people were involved in this?
It was very difficult. I'll tell you why. Because first the thought hit me that I must make a song for the masses. But I'm feeling very depressed. I want to make myself happy and make everyone happy. So I got this line in my head. Tu kyun dara dara hai, tu kyun dari dari. Happy happy rehne ka, please don't worry. After I had this thought, I said, wow, sounds good. So I had the hook line in my head. I rang up Kumar, my lyricist. And I said, Kumar, I've got this line. He said, don't change this, don't change this. I'm going to give you a Mukhra Antara right now. In about 20 minutes, he WhatsApped me the Mukhra Antara.
Awesome.
I read that. I read that and I said, wow. So I went on reading the lyrics and the tune started flowing. And the tune just came into my head. I said, how do I record it? So I spoke to my sound designer. I said, Dharma, look, I've got this thing in my head. I spoke to him on the phone. He said, just WhatsApp the tune to me. I WhatsApped the tune to him. I said, give me a sound which I would appreciate. Should be a little groovy. So he sent me a sample of the sound. I loved it. And then we started interacting on the email. And then there was no mic to record. So I said, look, I am going to just record this on my WhatsApp properly, on a voice note.
This is a mobile phone?
Yeah. It's a fact. And I said, I'm going to record. He said, okay, let's work on it. So I recorded this on a voice note and I sent it to him. There was this app to download for the voice, but somehow it was not sounding good. It was sounding a very different voice. I said, no. The acoustic. I said, I'm going to just sing it the way it is. So without the harmonium, I just put this phone and I started singing, And I sent the voice and then we started going to and fro and he made the entire production around that voice. And then he said, give me a hook tune. So I whistled that particular portion. I whistled. He loved the whistle part and the Mukhra and the Antara. And we got the song. When I got the entire production, I rang up Venus Company. I said, look, I've got this song. He said, can you do a video? I said, how can I do a video? Now here comes in my two daughters. What they had done was, when I'd been making my beds and giving the chai, they had been shooting me, So they assembled all the shots. I added a few more shots.
Awesome.
And I, Anmol, Ada, we all sat down and they edited the entire thing. So they directed the entire video. So it's a very Anmol Malik, Ada Malik kind of a combo where I made the tune. I wrote, Kumar wrote the words. I did the Antara. I sang the song. Dharma did the production. Anmol Ada shot the entire song. Then they edited it. And finally we sent it to Venus. And the song came out. And people can't believe it that it was done without moving out of the main door. So I've learned technology is very powerful if used properly.
It is touching 100,000 views. I just saw this today. Can we please end it on that note? I want you to, I tell you what, you sing 2 lines for me. After that, see, I'm not a musician, but I have ear for music. I am learning a little bit of ukulele through YouTube. After you sing your song, I will give my touch to it after you sing this.
Go for it, Prithvi. So I'm going to sing it. 1, 2, 3. रब देख तेरा बंदा परेशान है, दिल डिप्रेस है, आफत में जान है, प्लान किसी का ना विधि का विधान है, ना इलाज ना कोई समाधान है, प्रभु कुछ करेंगे, हम ऐसे न मरेंगे, ओ प्रभु कुछ करेंगे, हम ऐसे न मरेंगे, तू क्यों डरा डरा है, तू क्यों डरी डरी, हैप्पी हैप्पी रहने का, प्लीज डोंट वरी, तू क्यों डरा डरा है, तू क्यों डरी डरी, हैप्पी हैप्पी रहने का, प्लीज डोंट वरी, हैप्पी हैप्पी रहने का, प्लीज डोंट वरी, हैप्पी हैप्पी रहने का, प्लीज डोंट वरी.
Super. Now, Anumaliji, you have to excuse me, okay? I'm doing this with so much of love because I really like your tune. It's very, very happy and it's very catchy. I only heard it twice and it's already in my ears. I don't know how to play this through YouTube.
Go for it.
I want to give my version of your song.
Go for it, Prithvi. I'm all ears.
Happy, happy रहने का, please don't worry. Happy, happy रहने का, please don't worry.
Excellent.
Mr. Anu Malik, thank you so much for your time. You know what? This was a very heart-to-heart conversation I've had with guests after a very, very long time. I could identify with every bit of what you said.
Thank you.
I identify with everything that you say because to a large extent, I think I also live my life the way you do in the same lens. So thank you so much for your time. I enjoyed.
Prithvi, that's the only way to live. And before we sign off, please, guys, respect all the doctors. Believe in what Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji says when he says social distancing is very, very important. Stay at home and not only save your life, but save the life of others. And just stay happy. Tu kyun dara dara hai, tu kyun dari dari. Happy, happy Radhika. Please don't worry.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anand Malik, for joining on 100 Hours, 100 Star. Thank you for being a star this hour. And for the rest of you, quick note on the bottom of the screen, you can donate to the PM Cares Fund. Either use the QR code or use the link or donate the way I did through Paytm. Mr. Anand Malik, pleasure speaking with you. My love to you.
Thank you. Thank you. My love to you too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi guys, it's me RJ Ada and you are watching 100 Hours, 100 Stars, a tribute to the COVID warriors. And there are stars, there are superstars, legends who are a part of this, people who we look up to, get inspired, who bring a smile on our faces, and they're all here telling you to be together and fight this together and saying thank you to all our COVID warriors. So if you like what you see, then do like, share, comment and subscribe, and of course, stay safe. Thank you.